Hi everyone! Welcome back to English Fab, where learning English is practical, useful, and fab. Shapes and forms are everywhere in daily life, from the objects we use to the buildings around us. But describing them accurately in English can sometimes be tricky. Have you ever struggled to explain the shape of something? Maybe you weren't sure how to differentiate between a rectangle and a parallelogram, or how to describe a 3D object like a cylinder or sphere. In today's lesson, we're going to cover essential vocabulary related to shapes and forms. We'll go over basic geometric shapes, 3D objects, abstract forms, and real-world applications. This lesson follows our English Fab website, so you can check there for more examples and practice. If you find English difficult, don't worry. You can translate the subtitles into English in your own language like this. Check the description below for extra details. Now let's get started. Let's go over some essential vocabulary. 1. Basic geometric shapes. These are the most common shapes used in math, design, and daily life. Circle, a round shape with no corners or edges. Square, a shape with 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Triangle, a 3-sided shape with different possible angles. Rectangle, a shape with 4 sides where opposite sides are equal. Oval, a stretched out circle, longer in one direction. Pentagon, a shape with 5 sides and 5 angles. Hexagon, a 6-sided shape often found in honeycombs. Octagon, an 8-sided shape commonly seen in stop signs. Star, a shape with pointed arms radiating from a center. Heart, a rounded shape representing love. Crescent, a curved shape like a moon phase. Diamond, a 4-sided shape with equal angles often used in design. Parallelogram, a 4-sided shape with opposite sides parallel. Rhombus, a parallelogram with 4 equal sides. Trapezoid, a 4-sided shape with only one pair of parallel sides. 2. 3D shapes and forms. These are 3-dimensional versions of basic shapes used in objects and architecture. Cube, a solid object with 6 equal square faces. Sphere, a perfectly round 3D shape like a ball. Cylinder, a shape with circular bases and straight sides like a can. Cone, a 3D shape with a circular base that tapers to a point. Pyramid, a 3D object with triangular sides meeting at a point. Prism, a 3D shape with 2 identical bases and straight sides. Tetrahedron, a triangular pyramid with 4 faces. Ellipsoid, a stretched sphere like an egg. Torus, a donut-shaped ring. Dome, a half sphere used in architecture. Hemisphere, half of a sphere. Capsule, a rounded shape often used for medicine pills. Polyhedron, a 3D object with multiple flat faces. Dodecahedron, a shape with 12 faces often used in dice. Oblong, a stretched or elongated shape like a rectangle with rounded edges. 3. Irregular and abstract shapes. These shapes don't fit traditional geometric forms and often appear in nature or design. Wavy, a flowing, curved shape like ocean waves. Zigzag, a series of connected sharp angles. Curved, a smooth, rounded shape. Spiral, a shape that winds around a central point. Jagged, a rough shape with sharp edges. Lopsided, a shape that is uneven or imbalanced. Swirl, a rounded looping shape like a whirlpool. Organic, a free-flowing natural shape. Blub, an undefined rounded shape. Cracked, a broken or split pattern. Twisted, a shape that appears rotated or bent. Asymmetrical, a shape that lacks balance or identical sides. Irregular, a shape that does not follow a standard pattern. Angular, a shape with sharp corners and straight lines. Rounded, a shape with smooth curved edges. 4. Shape-related terms. These terms help describe the properties of shapes. Symmetry, when both sides of a shape are identical. Proportion, the relationship between different parts of a shape. Edge, the outer boundary of a shape. Corner, the point where 2 edges meet. Side, one of the straight or curved edges of a shape. Angle, the space between 2 intersecting lines. Perimeter, the total distance around a shape. Radius, the distance from the center of a circle to its edge. Diameter, the total length across a circle passing through the center. Circumference, the outer boundary of a circle. Volume, the amount of space a 3D object occupies. Depth, the distance from the surface to the farthest point inside an object. Length, the measurement of how long an object is. Width, the measurement of how wide an object is. Gradient, a gradual change in color or shade. 5. Shapes in real life. These are examples of how different shapes appear in everyday objects. Road signs, often shaped like circles, triangles, or octagons. Tabletop, usually rectangular, square, or circular. Window pane, typically rectangular or square. Door frame, mostly rectangular in shape. Roof shape can be triangular, dome-like, or sloped. Mirror shape comes in different forms, such as oval, round, or square. Ball, a perfect example of a sphere. Egg has an elliptical shape. Book, usually rectangular. Wheel, a perfect example of a circle. Clock face, typically circular. Ring, a small torus shape. Plate, usually round but sometimes oval. Bowl, a hemisphere or deep dish. Honeycomb, a natural hexagonal pattern. Now that we've gone over essential vocabulary, let's see how these words are used in real-life sentences. These examples will help you understand how to use them naturally in conversation. 1. Basic geometric shapes. The triangle on the sign means caution. Triangular road signs are often used for warnings such as yield or hazard signs. I drew a heart on my notebook. The heart shape is commonly used to express love or affection in drawings and designs. 2. 3D shapes and forms. A cube has 6 equal sides. A cube is a three-dimensional shape with all sides being squares of equal size. The Earth is not a perfect sphere, it's slightly flattened at the poles. While Earth appears round, it is technically an oblate spheroid due to its rotation. 3. Irregular and abstract shapes. The mountain had a jagged edge, making it look sharp and rough. Jagged edges have uneven, sharp points, often seen in mountains and broken objects. The artist painted a beautiful spiral in the sky. A spiral is a swirling shape that appears in designs, nature, and even galaxies. 4. Shape-related terms. The flower has perfect symmetry, making both sides identical. When something has symmetry, one side is a mirror image of the other. The radius of the circle is half its diameter. The radius measures from the center of a circle to its edge, while the diameter goes across the whole circle. 5. Shapes in real life. The window pane was designed in a rectangle shape. Many windows are rectangular because this shape allows for a better fit and stability. A honeycomb has perfect hexagonal cells. Honeycombs are naturally made of hexagons, which help bees store honey efficiently with minimal space. Now that you've seen how these words are used in context, try practicing them in your daily conversations. Great job today! Now you have a solid understanding of different shapes and forms, and you know how to describe them accurately in English. Whether you're talking about everyday objects, giving directions, or explaining something visually, this vocabulary will help you communicate more clearly. Keep practicing by looking around and identifying shapes in your surroundings. Try using these words in sentences or even drawing different shapes and labeling them in English. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel in conversation. Okay, thanks for watching today's lesson on English Fab. I hope you found these English tips useful and feel more confident. Remember, practice makes perfect, so try using these phrases in your daily conversations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more Fab English lessons. Until next time, keep practicing and stay Fab!